Welcome to Coding for Learners. Myself Kusma. In this video, you're going to learn pointers. So pointer is a variable which stores the address of another variable. And this variable can be of type int, char, array, function or any other pointer. And the size of pointer depends on the architecture. So however, in 32-bit architecture, the size of a pointer is 2 bytes. Now we'll see here the one example. Okay, so I told that you have to store an address of another variable. So first we'll declare an variable, so which is of type int. So n is a variable which is of type int, and I'm going to assign the integer value to the n variable. So next I'm going to declare an pointer. So how we are going to declare a pointer? By using the symbol asterisk. So star p. So now p will become the pointer. So now I have to assign the address to p. So which address I have to assign now? N address. Okay. So how we are going to get an address of n? By using the ampersand symbol. Okay, this and symbol we call it as an ampersand. So if I give ampersand and then variable followed by variable means that is going to access an address of that particular variable. So now ampersand n which gives the address of n, and that will be stored in pointer p. And this data type, it depends on which address you are going to give. So which address means here n address I am going to give. N is of what type? N is of integer type. Okay, so that type only here you have to mention. Okay, so next we will see the declaring the pointer. So the same thing. So just example I have given. So int star a char star c. Now a is a pointer, okay, which is going to hold the address of integer type variable. So like this. Okay, next c is a pointer which is going to hold the address of char type variable. That means in the C, whatever the address you are going to give, okay, in that address you should be storing the character value. So now we'll see the representation of this one. See here. So now n is an variable, okay, which will be reserving the integer, whatever the size required for integer, that much size will be reserved here, and in that place you are going to store the value 10. Okay, and this memory location address is 1000. So now here whatever the address I have given, that will be considered by myself. Okay, so you are going to consider just for showing the representation. These addresses no need to mention, so that will be given by the system itself. Okay, just for showing you I have considered these things. So now here this is 1000, that is the address of the n. Okay, now n address I have to give for the pointer p. Okay, now in the p I'm going to hold the address of n, that is 1000 will be stored here. Now for p also, okay, you will be having an address right now. So that address will become 2000, because for holding the address, that is in a variable p, so that also has to be stored in memory location. So memory location will be having an address, so that address will become 2000 for the pointer. So now we'll see an example. Okay, so whatever I have given in the previous slide, the same thing here it is. So n is equals to 10, so I'm going to declare an pointer p, and for the p I'm going to give an address of n. Okay, so now we'll see printf functions, how it will be printed, the n value or the address and all. So first statement is contents of p variable is. So in the p what you will be having? Address of n. Okay, what is the address of n? That is 1000. Okay, so just if I give p means in the p what you have, 1000 you are having, so that will be printed. Okay, that has to be printed. So in the next printf we have contents of n variable is. What is the contents of n? That is 10. So 10 will be printed. And next, contents of n variable using pointer is. So that means, so contents of n is what? 10. I have to print the 10, but I should not use the n variable. That is, I have to use the pointer, using pointer. That means I have to use the p. So by using p, I have to print the value 10. So in the p, what you have? 1000. So if I give star p means it will become star 1000. So contents of 1000. If I give star means it is going to take the contents of that thing. So star 1000 means contents of 1000 is what? That is 10. So star p I am giving. So that is going to access the contents of that particular address. So that is the program. We'll see the output. See, first one is contents of p variable is what? Address you have to print, that is 1000, and contents of n variable is what? So n is having the value 10, 10 will be printed, and next contents of n variable, that is using a pointer p. So by using p means star p, if I give means, so the value it is going to print. So next we have is pointer to array. So for this one, first you have to declare an array, and the array address you have to give for the pointer. So first we are declaring an array, and the array address we are going to give for the pointer p. So here just the array name we have used. So that means only the starting address of an array will be assigned to the pointer p. And next we have is pointer to structure. So structure is a collection of different data types. Okay. So structure we'll see in the upcoming videos. So here just consider this example. So the keyword used for structure is struct, and the name of the structure is st. Okay. And these are the two different data types, int and the float, I and f are the variables. Okay. And for this one we are going to give the variable name as, that is a structure name as ref. Okay. So if you want to access this one, the complete structure, we are going to use this as an variable of the structure. By using this one, you are going to able to access the members of the structure. So now this ref, okay. So I'm going to take this as a variable of this structure, and that address you have to assign for the pointer. So now P is going to hold the address of the structure. So its data type should be what? Structure, right? Now, so struct st star p. Now for the p you have to assign the address. So ampersand ref. So now its address will be given to the pointer p. So now we'll see what are the advantages of pointer. So pointer reduces the code and improve the performance. It is used to retrieving the strings, trees, etc. and used with arrays, structures and functions. And we can return multiple values from a function using the pointer, and as well as it makes you able to access any memory location in the computer's memory. And next we will see the usage of this pointer. There are many applications of pointer in C language. First one is dynamic memory allocation. That is, we can dynamically allocate memory using malloc, calloc, realloc functions where the pointer is used. And next we have is arrays, functions and the structures. There it will be used. So that is, pointers are widely used in arrays, functions and structures, which is going to reduce the code and improves the performance. So next we have is an address of operator. So the address of operator, that is ampersand, it returns the address of an variable. So as I told already, I have explained this one, how you are going to access an address of an variable, that is by using an ampersand. Okay. And next we have is null pointer. So here a pointer that is not assigned any value but null value. If that is assigned, then we call that as a null pointer. If you don't have any address to be specified in the pointer at the time of declaration, so that time you can assign the null value. So the example is, so star ptr, for the pointer ptr we are going to give the null value. So all the letters should be in capital. So the next we have is pointer to pointer. So as we know that a pointer is used to store the address of a variable in C. So pointer reduces the access time of a variable. However, in C, we can also define a pointer to store the address of another pointer. Okay, such pointer we are going to call as pointer to pointer. So the first pointer, so PTR1 is the first pointer which is used to store the address of an variable. Okay, whereas the second pointer, PTR2 is the second pointer which is used to store the address of the first pointer. So how we are going to declare the pointer 2 means, so the syntax will be the data type and two stars you will be having, that means two asterisk symbol, then the pointer variable. So now the pointer 2 stores the address of another pointer. The pointer 1 you will be knowing how to declare, that is just by using an one asterisk symbol. So here is an example for pointer to pointer. So for that we require one variable and one pointer, and another one is pointer to pointer. Okay. So PTR1 is a pointer which stores an address of an variable, and PTR2 is an pointer to pointer which stores the address of pointer 1. Okay. Now we'll see how we are going to store that. So in the PTR1 we have to store the address of an variable A. So how we are going to store address of an A, that is ampersand A, we are going to give for the PTR1. So next PTR2, that is pointer 2, has to store the address of pointer 1. So ampersand pointer 1. So now we'll see, that is by using the pointer 1 and pointer 2 how we can print the value of A. Okay. So now see here, first address of A. So address of A is present where? In the pointer 1. So I am giving here pointer 1. And next address of pointer 1 I have to print. So address of pointer 1, where it is stored? It is stored in pointer 2. So I am giving here pointer 2. So next value stored at pointer 1. So in the pointer 1 we have an address of an variable. So in that variable what is the value stored? That is by using an pointer 1. How you can print? You can print by using an asterisk symbol and the pointer variable. So star PTR1 gives the value 10. And next we have is value stored at PTR2. That means by using the pointer 2, how you are going to access the value 10. Okay. So that is star star PTR2. So PTR2 contains the address of PTR1 and one more star indicates contents of the PTR1. So star PTR2 gives the PTR1. So star PTR1 is what? 10. So that will be printed. So we'll see the output here. So now see here, these addresses will be coming from the system itself. Okay, we are not mentioning that. So address of A. So address of A will be printed, and next address of pointer 1 will be printed. And next we have is value stored at pointer 1, it is 10, and value stored at pointer 2 is 10. Okay. So now here we will see the representation of the above program. Okay. So variable is A. Okay. And in that we are having an value 10. And this memory location will be having an some address. Okay. There whatever the system has given, that one it has printed. Here for explanation I have taken some 1000, 2000 and 3000. Okay. So here. So 10 is an value and variable is A. Okay. Now this positions, that means this memory locations address you have to store in pointer 1. So in the pointer 1 you will be having an address of variable A. So 1000 will be stored. Next in the pointer 2 what you have to store? Address of another pointer. So here another pointer is pointer 1, its address is 2000 and this has to be stored in pointer 2. And pointer 2 also will be having the address. Okay, because this is also a memory location, and here also you will be storing some value. So for storage you require the space, and for that space you will be having the address. Okay. Now PTR2 is an pointer to pointer which has to hold the address of another pointer. So 2000 is the address of another pointer. Okay. I think you have understood the pointers and pointers to pointers. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Please do subscribe and share.